Coming up on today's show, I give you my thoughts on the Game Awards 2022. Hello YouTube, it's P3 Gaming Scotland here and welcome back to another video. Hope you guys are well and gaming lots. So in today's video I'll be talking about my opinions on the recent Game Awards for 2022. As always, I'll leave the full link to the show down in the description just in case you haven't seen it. But I'll be talking about some of my reveals and some bizarre things that happened at the event. But yeah, before we get into the video, as always, please remember to like, comment and subscribe, and let me know what were some of your favourite game announcements or things that happened at the Game Awards 2022. But yeah, let's jump into today's video. So obviously with each Game Awards it happened, there's like a pre-show type event where a couple of awards and announcement happened, and then we moved on to like the main show. Now this year Geoff Keighley did say that this show was going to be a lot shorter in length, which was good. It did have a lot of less ads, which was good, but obviously they're there for a reason. They pay for the actual show and getting all the guests in and what have you. So yeah, first award of the main show was like Best Performance, and this was won by Christopher Judge, who played Kratos, but it was presented by Al Pacino of all people. I felt a bit sorry for him because you couldn't sort of read the auto cue, and I did feel sorry for him, but it was great that he was there. I was not expecting him to be presenting an award. So Christopher Judge, as you do, get on stage, you do your speech, and then since it was quite late, I didn't watch all of it because it was like 1 or 2 in the morning over here in the UK, so I watched a little bit of it, but then I caught up the next day after work. So then as I was watching it live for the first sort of 20-30 minutes, went to the toilet, came back, Christopher Judge was still speaking. I was like, fine, fair enough, but then it went on and on and on and on. I think it was around 8 to 10 minutes, the speech alone. Now I'm thinking, surely he has to stop eventually. Now I totally appreciate he was just thinking and telling stories of how he met like the game director and thanking all the necessary people, which is fair enough. I would probably do the same if that was me. And then music started playing in the background and I thought, oh, maybe that's his cue to stop talking. I could tell Geoff Keighley was annoyed because throughout the event he did mention the fact that I could tell he was sort of getting annoyed with the fact that it took so long for him to finish speaking. But that is another event from the Gaming Awards, which will probably go down as one of the longest speeches ever, I think. So yeah, that was great. So other awards were that Elden Ring won a lot of awards, so did Stray won a couple, I think, and also God of War Ragnarok won the remaining one, which was great to see more than one game winning every single award. So then we went on to sort of like game announcements. So we got a Tekken 8 gameplay trailer. I'm a massive Tekken fan and I can't wait to play another Iron Fist tournament at this stage. The graphics look incredible. So then we got Horizon Forbidden West Burning Shores DLC. So it's going to be set in Hollywood and releasing on the 19th of April 2023. So Post Trauma was sort of like a Resident Evil inspired horror game with sort of set camera angles and puzzles to solve. That looked really intriguing. Didn't know anything about that before the event, so that was a really cool announcement in my opinion. So next up we got a sort of sci-fi first person sort of space game called Judas, and that looked really interesting as well. Obviously we got gameplay about Jedi Survivor, which is a sequel to Jedi Fallen Order, a sort of series I haven't actually played. I'm not a massive Star Wars fan, however hope to be playing both games eventually, you know, hope to get around to playing both of the games as a first person sort of story driven game with sort of cutscenes and sort of places to explore and sort of abilities to upgrade. That's the type of game I like personally. So that was good. So we also got a Forspoken demo which you can play right now, but obviously if you're watching in the future that might be no longer active. So we got Death Stranding 2 announcement. I've never played Death Stranding 1, I just thought the game was a bit weird, too weird for me, sort of a bit boring, but then they added like a PS5 version, more sort of stuff included. So next up we got quite a cool looking sort of Elden Ring sort of inspired sort of game, looked really interesting, and that was called Banisher's Ghosts of New Eden. Now that looked really cool, it really piqued my interest and I can't wait to learn more about it. We got a new Crash Bandicoot title. Now we did get one of the Insane trilogy back a few years ago at the Game Awards. So we got Crash Team Rumble, that looks really fantastic. Really cool to see Crash Bandicoot go in a new sort of direction. Really interesting to see what the platinum will be like for that. So as well as that announcement we got a new game called Crime Boss Rocky City, releasing 28th of March 2023, where it looks like you're trying to be this new crime boss, trying to get to your top of the rank, almost like a GT inspired type game. It looks really interesting and cool. I'm not a massive fan of DLC, however Cyberpunk Phantom Liberty DLC looks incredible, so I might actually give that a shot. And we finally got release date of Final Fantasy 16 coming 23rd of June 2023, and there was a couple other announcements. We got Revenant from the Ashes 2, Hades 2, and a release date for Street Fighter 6. So that was pretty much all what really piqued my interest. I thought the show was good, a lot shorter, which meant obviously less ads. There was still a lot there. There was still a few sort of CGI trailers, which is probably to be expected, as some of these games are probably quite early in development, so that's understandable. But they are sort of my highlights. To finish off, Game of the Year 2022 is the biggest award of the show. I was hoping that God of War Ragnarok would win, because it had quite a lot of awards previously, and same with Elden Ring. Thought it was a toss-up between them two games. So Elden Ring did win in the end, which was obviously congratulations to Elden Ring. I personally not played it. I would have liked Ragnarok to get the Game of the Year, but Santa Monica Studio did get the award in 2018 for God of War 2018. So I suppose it can't win every award. You know what I mean. So fair play to Elden Ring, well done. But yeah, there was this random person, some guy, randomly walked up onto the stage and started blabbing on about Bill Clinton, and I'm like, oh my god. Because at first I didn't think anything of it. I thought, oh, he was just maybe one of the sons of like the Elden Ring director or something, but no, it was some random person in the audience. So that was really unexpected, and thankfully nothing serious happened, because could you imagine if he had like a gun or something and just started shooting about, just getting up on stage? So the Game Awards for next year really need to tighten up their security about that sort of stuff, because we don't want anything like that to happen again. Even though folk are sort of talking about it and laughing and joking about it, but it could have had more serious outcome, which I'm glad didn't. So the guy got escorted off the stage, and yeah, that was sort of the Game Awards 2022. It was quite a good show. I thought it was really good. A bit shorter, I prefer the shorter length, but yeah, that's just my opinion of Game Awards 2022. As always, let me know what games or announcements you liked and are looking forward to for 2023 from this Game Award. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. I've been PS3 Gaming Scotland, and I'll see you on another video. Thanks very much indeed, guys. Bye bye.